Well, the impact of our service on young people is, again, because of the smaller group setting and the more individual attention we can give. Young people who have been lost, often in a bigger setting, they can suddenly, perhaps for the first time, with a bit more personalised care, can really start to flourish, and they can go from being in an environment where perhaps they were perceived as being, problems, just because of the very nature of schools, to coming to our environment where they can actually achieve for the first time. And so to see them almost turn from people who have had it tough a lot in their lives, and have been perhaps not able to express themselves in a positive way, to suddenly be able to do that in front of you over the 1 or 2 years they work with us, is a really rewarding experience.
Every day is a rewarding day. There are difficult days, but generally speaking, when you look at what you've done to help these young people and you think that possibly those supports weren't there for them elsewhere, it does make you feel very satisfied that you've been able to provide some sort of support to allow young people to experience success and to move on to something positive.
Before, when I was at school, I had no qualifications. Now I've got lots. I worked really hard because I'm able to focus here, whereas at school I couldn't focus because there was too many people. I've gained qualifications in performing arts, health and beauty, as done animal care. I've done modern studies, history, geography, maths, English.
It took me months to eventually get referred. I didn't get referred halfway through third year. I'd been suspended on multiple occasions, so eventually came to the point that extended outreach would be the best option for me. The difference between my mainstream academy and here was it was smaller. There were smaller groups of people, which I seemed to not be able to handle. In school was a big load of people. They were much more supportive of my needs than just and I guess in a mainstream school you've got so many needs, but here I felt like I was getting one-on-one support, so I had like a teacher that would be assigned to me in a way, kind of thing. The best thing about outreach was graduation, because all the hard work I'd put in, I'd only been here for 5 months. I left school with absolutely nothing. 3 years I had absolutely nothing to show for being at school. I'd been here 4.5 months and I managed to get 7 grades. So that was probably one of the biggest achievements. My future is to stay at university, hopefully continue on to my integration health and social care degree, and maybe contemplate doing my social work masters. I'll see how I feel at the end of my degree.